again, nutrition students. This video is going to give you an explanation of the physical activity requirements for this particular course and also what is due for this first week of class. So note that there is a requirement for you to complete 15 hours of exercise in addition to the textbook requirements in this course. So with that said, by taking this particular class, you will have satisfied your lifelong wellness graduation requirement. So everything will be completed in this one class. So as far as the physical activity requirements, the first thing you're going to want to do is go to the syllabus and weekly schedule module, which is under the content button. So if you scroll down on that module, you'll see I have a lot of different items. So the first item I'm going to want you to open up is the syllabus. Okay, so if you open up that syllabus, you will see some important information. Please take the time to read through it. I do want to stress that if you're in the nursing program, that this you have to obtain a C or better in the course to get into nursing. So please keep that in mind and try your best. I'm sure you'll do fine, but try your best to obtain that C or better, because if not, then you would have to retake this. So it is a requirement for the nursing program, and you have to obtain the C or better in the class. As far as other information, just read through the syllabus on your own. I'm not going to go through every thing in it, but you can see there's a lot of assignments that are going to be due over the course of the semester, and I'll be posting weekly videos that'll explain each particular assignment. But the thing I want to talk about right now is the exercise policies, okay? So the first thing that we're going to need you to do is sign a waiver and a release form, and you're going to submit that in the assignment folder. So as far as where is that waiver and release form located, if you go back to that content button under the syllabus and weekly schedule, you'll see it's located right here, okay? General waiver and release. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to print that off. Okay, and then read through it. Being that there's physical activity required in this course, there's always a risk for injury. Okay, so we want to make sure that we have the legal documentation out of the way. So you're going to read through, sign it, and date it. And then you're going to scan it and place it under the assignment folder. So if you go back to your course site and go to the assignments button here, you'll see I have folders for everything that you're going to be submitting online. So as far as the waiver and release, you're going to submit that signed document right into this folder. Okay, so that's the very first thing that you're going to want to do. So this is required. So if you do not have this completed, you're going to be dropped from the class. Okay. Also, I need you to update me on any health issues that you might have. Anything that might hinder you from performing certain types of exercise, because I want you to be able to do things that you enjoy, but I don't want you to get injured as a result. So please let me know if there's any physical limitations that you might have, and then we can modify, what you're doing to meet your needs. Okay, so I'm very good at modifying the exercise and letting you know what you should do in relation to your particular health issue. So please just reach out to me so we can talk one-on-one about that stuff. So again, there's 15 hours of exercise required over the course of the semester, so that's basically an hour a week. I mean, you're not, you have 15 weeks in the semester, so it's something that's doable, and I want you to start getting into an exercise program and making it a part of your lifestyle. As far as exercise goes, at the end of the semester, you're going to be submitting all of your documentation as far as what you did. So you need to start documenting it from week 1, though. So please note, I did have some specifications. So the first one is you cannot record any more than 2.5 hours of exercise per week. That's great. Some of you might go to the gym every day. Wonderful. And I hope you continue to do that. But if you exercise for, say, 3 hours, that extra 30 minutes can't count towards your 15 hours in the class. Or you can't roll it over and say, okay, well, next week I wasn't able to exercise at all, so I'm going to take that extra that I did the week before and roll it over. You can't do that. I want you to get into a routine where you're doing at least an hour every week of physical activity, hopefully more. But again, no more than 2.5 hours each week can be logged. And as far as per day, a maximum of 60 minutes per day can be used as well. So let's say you go to the gym and you're there for 2 hours. You can't count the 2 hours for that day. You can only count 60 minutes for that particular day. Okay? And the smallest amount of time you can count is 30 minutes. Okay? So that means if you exercise for 20 minutes, say I want to go on a quick walk today, it was 20 minutes, that's not going to get you any points. You need to have at least 30 minutes per day, okay, for it to count. So this is very helpful as far as the exercise considerations. So at the end of the semester, you have to be submitting at least 15 hours. You can submit more, that's totally fine, but at least 15 hours. If less than 15 hours is accumulated, the highest grade that can be earned is a C-. Okay, so just keep that in mind as you start. Do not wait and say, oh, I'm going to start exercising the last 2 weeks of class. It's not going to happen. Okay, so you have to start with week 1, develop a routine, make it an important part of your lifestyle, and stick with it. Okay, now how to document your exercise time. So number 1, we have to verify that you're doing it. And the best way that we have found for online courses is for you to use a facility that you can swipe a card. So let's say, for example, you go to Planet Fitness. That's a great place. You can walk in. Every time you walk in, you swipe your card. Okay? What I suggest, though, is when you leave, you swipe your card again. I know they don't require you to do that, but for this particular class, at the end of the semester, when you ask them, hey, can I get a printout of my check-in times? They can print it out for you, and you can even access it online, I believe from their website. But if it shows that on, Monday, January 6th, you checked in at 1 p.m. and then you checked in again at 2 p.m., I know that you were there for 1 hour. So check-in to check-in, that was a whole 1 hour time frame. So that's the first thing we need, is we need to verify you're there, you're doing it. Okay, so at the end of the semester, you're going to get that verification sheet. So it's very important that you locate a facility that you can do this with, okay? Number 2 is to verify your workouts. So you need to record exactly what you do every time you exercise. Okay, so I suggest either you create your own document that goes into detail as far as what you did, but also I have provided some logs that you could use as well. So if you go to, again, the content button in e-learning under that same syllabus module, I did provide some aerobic logs and weight training logs. So I would suggest that you're keeping track of your cardio. Okay, so anytime you do aerobic exercise, you're going to record it on a log similar to this. So what date, how many minutes did you do? Okay, I did 30 minutes. On the treadmill, form of exercise, treadmill. My heart rate after the 30 minutes was, 120 beats per minute. My heart rate after I did a couple minute cool down was, 80 beats per minute. So for each day that you're doing cardio, okay, aerobic exercise, that's something that's nonstop, continuous, rhythmic, and it keeps your heart rate elevated for an extended period of time. That stuff is going to be recorded on your aerobic log, okay? Then the weight training logs, I've given you an example, and you don't have to use my log. You can always create your own. But you're going to keep track of all the other stuff you're doing. So this is just a blank document that shows, you can put in all of your weight stations here. You can make multiple copies of it. But let's say for the first day, you could put the date right here in this first column. And let's say you did a shoulder press. Okay, you'd write that shoulder press here. And let's say you did 2 sets of 12 reps at 10 pounds. That's the resistance. Okay, 2 sets, 12 reps, 10 pounds. And then you'd write the next exercise. And this can include body weight exercises like push-ups, sit-ups, body weight squats, lunges. It can include stability ball exercises, dumbbell exercises, tubing, all that extra equipment. Anything of that nature could be recorded on this log. So I'm hoping you're getting the picture. So for each workout, I need detail. Not only am I going to look at, okay, they were there on January 6th from 1 to 2. I want to know exactly what you did while you were there for that hour. Okay, so everything is logged here. You can even include your flexibility exercises. If you decide to do some static stretching, say at the end of the workout session, you can include those as well. So that's the detail that I'm looking at as far as those particular logs go. Okay, so that is verification of workouts. So at the end of the semester, you're going to be submitting those logs also in e-learning under the assignments button. Okay, so if we go to the assignment button, here you will see exercise log and verification of hours. Okay, and then as far as the last thing you're going to be documenting is step 3, the summary document. Okay, so if we go back to the content button in e-learning, you will see under the syllabus module, you will see submission of exercise log instructions. Okay, so if we open up this document, it's just a basic log for each week. So for the first day, time started, time finished, and your total duration. So as far as at the end of the semester, when you're submitting all of these documents, there are 3 basic things that you're doing. You're submitting your report from your gym, okay, that printout where you checked in and checked out. You're submitting any logs, okay? You can use the ones I provided, you can create your own, but any detail of what you did during that exercise session. I need proof of what you did. And then this summary sheet as well, okay? So at the end of the semester, you're going to be submitting all this. So like I said, don't wait till the end of the semester to get started with this exercise. I want you to start right now from week 1. If you're not sure what to do, I did provide this document here. Okay, your basic exercise plan. Some people have no clue of what to do when it comes to physical activity. So this can be helpful. In addition, if you have further questions and you want further ideas, reach out to me. I'm very good at giving workouts. That's what I do. So you can always ask me for some ideas. But here are just some basic ideas as far as what to do for a warm-up. The main portion of your workout, I've given some easy basic ideas. And then as far as the cool down, what you should be doing as well. So that can be a helpful document too when you decide to get started with your exercise program. So as far as the physical activity requirements, those are the main things that you're going to be doing each week. Okay, so that's the exercise. Okay, so as far as week 1, what is due for this first particular week of class? If you go down to the weekly schedule here, this link, you will see your weekly schedule. So everything is due by Sunday nights, 11:59 p.m. So you can see for this first week of class, you're going to be reading just one chapter. Chapter 1, you're going to be completing some mind tap assessments that correspond with Chapter 1. So you're going to do a pre-learning assessment and a post-learning assessment. You're going to do a case study, and you're going to do this closer look assignment. Now, when we go to access those assignments, they are going to be, like I said, integrated directly into MindTap. So if you go to week 1 module, you will see everything for Chapter 1 listed right here. Okay, anything that says Chapter 1, that's what's due for this first week of class. So when you click on this link, it's going to open up that assessment. Okay, and when you take the assessment, the grade will be tied back into our e-learning course site here. So you'll be able to see your final grade as far as that assessment goes. So each chapter has a pre-learning assessment. The pre-learning assessment does not count towards your grade, but I did put it in there just to give you an idea of how the questions are worded in MindTap. And, you know, so you can kind of be ready for what's to come as far as the actual assignments that have a point value associated with them. So when you take the pre-learning assessment, there's no time limit. You can take as long as you want to take it. There's multiple attempts, so on and so forth. Now, when you get into the next ones, though, the closer look assignment, now this one does have a point value associated with it, as does this case study. Okay, this first one right here, Key Nutrition Concepts and Terms, that is a case study. Each case study every week is worth 6 points. And then you have a global nutrition watch, which is also worth 3 points. And then you have a post-learning assessment, which is worth 15 points. Okay, so those 3 right here, the case study, 6 points, the global nutrition watch, 3 points, the post-learning, that's 15. Those points remain the same each week. So when you take the tests for each chapter, those particular point values are the same each week. The closer look assignments, if that chapter does have one, like I said, they're various point values. So they vary from chapter to chapter. Now, as far as these other assignments that all have point values associated with them, you, again, are not timed. You can take as long as you want to take the assessment. You can use your textbook to help you answer the questions, but you only have one attempt. You do not get any hints as far as, question answers, and you will not receive your feedback on, what the correct answer was until after the deadline. So, for example, these first assessments for Chapter 1 are due by this coming Sunday night, January 12th, 11:59 p.m. You will not receive feedback on what the correct answer was until after that deadline. Okay, so once that deadline is passed, you can go back in, you can look at what the correct answers were for that particular assessment. Okay, so for this first week of class, that's the MindTap assessments, and you're going to locate them directly in our e-learning course site. So if you've already registered your access code for MindTap, you're good to go. Now you can just start taking the tests each week through my weekly modules here. The other thing that's due for this first week of class is I need confirmation that you have a membership to a gym. Okay, this can be your receipt that you received from, purchasing that membership, but you should have received some sort of documentation when you received that membership. So you're going to either take a screenshot of it if it's on your computer, or you're going to scan that document and you're going to put it in the assignment folder located, again, right here under assignments. Okay, you can see fitness center or gym facility membership confirmation. Okay, so along with the general waiver and release, you're going to sign and scan that document. You're going to give me your confirmation that you have an actual membership at a location, preferably one that we can swipe your card when you enter. And then the last thing that you're going to be submitting here is the syllabus acknowledgement statement. So the syllabus acknowledgement statement is basically at the very end of your syllabus. So if you go back to this document, the syllabus, and you go to the very bottom, you're going to just copy and paste, all right, copy and paste this wording into the assignment folder. And then once you do, you're going to put your name here, all right, put your student name and the date here, okay, and then put that into the Dropbox. So that's basically stating that you have read the syllabus in its entirety, okay, you understand the expectations as far as the course goes and the requirements, and you're going to abide by those. Okay, so that is the syllabus acknowledgement statement. So that is going to be placed here. Okay, so for this first week of class, you've got quite a bit you're going to be doing. So I'm hoping you're able to get started right away. That's why I opened the course site up a little bit early for those of you that need some extra time. So again, for the first week, syllabus acknowledgement statement, confirmation that you have a membership to a gym, the waiver, and release form. So those are the 3 assignment folders that you're going to be filling, and then along with that, you're reading Chapter 1, and you're taking the MindTap assessments that all correspond with Chapter 1, and again, those can be found under this first week 1 and 2 module right here, okay? So lots of information. If you have specific questions, feel free to reach out to me, and have a great day.